guest in the studio, and of course it is the live chat segment with our guest. He is Oniyide Michael Gbadebo. Also, he is the CEO Pluotous Optimal Real Estate Company, POREC, and together we're taking a look at investing in real estate. You're welcome to the program.
Good to be here, Mr. Banji.
All right. Now, when we talk about real estate, what exactly are we talking about?
Okay, real estate talks about the building, the land,
Okay.
the air that the building have up of it, and even the ground level under the land.
Okay.
So anything from the land, the property on the land, what is above that property, and what is even below the land, that covers real estate.
Okay. Now, how valuable is real estate?
Okay. The word real behind the estate means it's actually very valuable. I was reading an article not long ago, and I got to know that for a while, for a long period, people that were allowed to vote, that was very long ago anyway, in the United States, were people that have real estate properties. So that means they see that as, okay, if you have this, that means you have investments in our country. So it's something that is actually very valuable.
Okay. Now, can we compare real estate to other investments?
Okay. It depends on what we are talking about actually. There are long-term investments and there are short-term investments. Long-term investments is what real estate is about. Although there are people that they buy and sell immediately,
Okay.
like they flip real estate properties. But really, it's supposed to be something that people go into for the long haul. So if we are comparing it to other long-term investments, then we can compare it. But if for people that are just thinking about what will give me money in few days, in 1 week, in 2 weeks, in 1 month, we may not be able to compare real estate to other faster investments, but it's something that is very, very profitable.
Okay. Okay. Let's talk about that long-term investment. What exactly are we referring to when we say long-term?
Okay. I will make an example. I took a client to a property of ours that we have, and this person is an old man, a retired civil servant, and he told me that in the year 1996, which is 23 years ago, that he got 4 plots of land at Upper Gakambi side of Ilorin here in Kwara State. 4 of them for a total of 64,000. Divide that by 4, and that is 16,000 naira per plot. He now added that somebody, his neighbor, sold 1 plot this year for 1.2 million.
Wow.
So that's that type of long-term investment that we are talking about.
23 years investment.
But of course, people do 1 year, they sell 2 years, 5 years, 10 years. But people that will maximize real estate are people that enter it for the long haul. Okay.
Now, the cost of real estate also makes it difficult to invest in it. Is there a way it can get better? Because that 16,000 naira 23 years ago is also a lot of money. Yes. You agree with me?
Yes, I agree with you. Okay. Well, even now, it depends on what an individual wants actually. There are landed properties that today for 50,000 naira, 80,000 naira, 100,000, 120,000. So it's not until you have several millions of naira before you can put your first feet into real estate. It's something that, as far as I am concerned, if you have a tangible job or business that you are doing, you should be using a eye to look at opportunities in real estate. So far, you are sure of the source that you are getting your land or your house, as the case may be.
Then sometimes people will actually find themselves in trouble when we talk about getting, the main source of some of these real estates, especially in terms of agents and all that. What will you say to this?
That's a genuine thing. In fact, what made me enter real estate business in the first place was because of an experience I had with some of these agents.
Okay.
It's not an experience that that was funny. Something that I've paid for. I later got to know that the agent actually collected far more than what the original owner of the property wanted to sell it for, despite the fact that he has already collected his agent's fee. And then he didn't pay the exact money he was supposed to pay again, paid half. That the buyer, wants to buy half. It became a serious matter, and in my mind I'm like, are there other people passing through this type of experience? That was actually made me to decide that, okay, for as many people that will be getting properties, their real estate properties through me, I need to ensure that what I pass through, these people don't pass through this type of thing.
Okay.
So it's true, there are people like that they are not truthful with what they are doing.
Okay. So in one way or the other, how have you been able to make a difference in this sector?
Okay, there are things to take notes of even before you secure your interest in a particular real estate property. First is the source of this property. Is it owned by an individual? Is it owned by a family? Is it owned by a community? Is it owned by the government? So when you know the real ownership of the land or of the real estate property, you now have enough information to go.
Okay.
For instance, if it's just an individual, you know that once you are able to strike a deal between that individual and yourself, you are safe. But if it's a family land, it means that if, for instance, it is just the head of the family that goes to sell the property to you without every other person that is important in the family being carried along, then that is an issue. If it's a government property, for instance, and a new government comes in and they said, we didn't give the past government to sell this property, a lot of issues can come up. If it's a community land, it's still the same thing. Some people can say, though it's a community land, it's actually our family that owns it, that the community came and collected it from us. So there are certain issues that you need to be sure of, and that's why sometimes it's better to save yourself the headache by going through some registered real estate company. My firm, for instance, is a limited liability company registered to operate in the real estate industry.
Okay. Now, let's look at the involvement of lawyers in real estate. Is it very important?
It's very, very important to involve a lawyer in anything you are doing in real estate. We've had people that have lost their properties. We've had people that have lost their lives just because of going into real estate. Like, for instance, I am here, but our team is actually a coming together of 4 different people.
Okay.
I am actually standing as the CEO and the director of sales.
Okay.
We have the lawyer that is the director of legal.
Okay.
We have somebody that is the director of IT that manages our website, does publicity and online marketing. And we have somebody that actually studied estate management.
Okay.
So it's important to you yourself as an individual. You may not be able to function in everything required. So it's important to involve a lawyer. We don't pray that there should be case, but when there is any need, then you know how to go about it.
Okay. Now, when we talk about real estate, we talk of landed property and building. Now, which area in the state seems to be growing fast in this regard?
Okay. Kwara State is actually coming up well. I may not be able to talk extensively about other parts of the state because since I got to Kwara State in 2008, have been majorly in Ilorin.
Okay.
So permit me to talk a bit on Ilorin. Because of institutions, we know that places like Tanke, Axis is actually coming up very well. Properties of like 500,000 there a couple of years ago, you can get there and they will say it's 2 million, it's 5 million, it's 3 million. Then apart from the core centers of the city in Ilorin, we have 3 other axes that properties are actually going up to, and that is the Hamoyo Gomo axis, the Eyem Korin Airport axis, and the Okeose, Okeoyaxis.
Okay. Okay. What has been your involvement in real estate, and how many years have you been into this, doing this, and what has been the testimony from your clients?
Okay. It's been just a little over a year.
Okay.
I have other businesses I've been doing before now. So we actually started with real estate in July last year.
Okay.
And so far it has been a very good experience. It has been a learning process, but it has been fun-filled. The knowledge we are gathering by the day, it's important to get better.
Okay.
So it has been a worthwhile experience so far.
Okay. What would be your advice to our viewers who need to invest in real estate?
Okay. Irrespective of the business that you are doing, irrespective of the work that you are into, it's important to consider having investments into real estate. It pays a lot. It's something that without your active input, the property keeps growing. It's the blessing of God. So all things being equal, properties are not supposed to diminish in value. Lands are not supposed to diminish in value. So if you have a little savings, put it into real estate. Just make sure that you get the source right. If you are able to do that, you won't regret going into real estate investments.
All right, thank you very much. I have been speaking with Michael Gbadebo. He is the CEO of Pluotous Optimal Real Estate Company in POREC, and we've been taking a look at investment in real estate. Thank you very much for coming.
Thank you so much, Mr. Banji, once again for having me.
All right, we take a break now, and when we come back, of course, it is time for the viewers segment where we'll be opening the line for us to actually have a kind of debate, and you will definitely be a judge. Please stay tuned.